Welcome to my review of the RHA T20s. Now, before I get into it all, I just want to say that these are also offered in an I model that includes the inline mic, but at the time that I purchased these, for whatever reason, that wasn't an option. So these do have an inline mic, but I will not be reviewing that model. I will be reviewing the model without. So let's get into the packaging. So it comes with this nicely foam padded box that contains your drivers, two sets of filters, one for treble, reference, and there also is a third one in here, and these are the bass filters. So they also contain this nice carrying case that has the embossed RHA logo across the front of it, and inside you will find a total of 8 sets of silicone ear tips and 2 sets of foam, so you'll have a total of 10 ear sets to swap from. The quality and construction is very high. These are the same injection molded housings that are available on the T10s. The actual enclosure itself is completely identical to that of the T10s. So this cable is a flexible, bendable cable that wraps around behind your ear. Unlike the T10s, it uses the same metal encasing, except the silicone or vinyl or latex, whatever this is made out of a black material to give it more of a cohesive look, I guess, instead of having the clear with the stainless steel tubing. Same cable relief as the T20s that has this plastic housing to transition from the metal to the solely silicone cord. Also has the same cord keeper and strain relief on the Y pivot, stainless steel, and it also has the same stainless steel 3.5mm adapter that also has the stainless steel spring strain relief. So for those of you who haven't watched the T10i video, feel free to do so. I'll also be doing a comparison video between these and the T10s, but let's talk about just these. So these offer sound isolation. Now, if you haven't watched the T10i video, I go pretty in depth about sound isolation versus noise cancellation. And so if you want a better idea of isolation versus cancellation, please go watch that video and then come back and finish this one. So these offer that same sound isolation property. Now, as far as their sound quality property, these are, at their price point, the best in-ear monitors maybe that I've not ever heard at their price point, but they're right there. But as far as overall build quality, these hands down beat anything else in total package at this price point. I honestly don't think that they have a competitor. So just like the T10s, these come with this nice frequency response graph, and when I saw this response graph, my first thought was, oh my god, that's going to sound horrific in the high frequencies, and it's going to overpower that small little hump in the lows, and the mid-ranges are going to be pretty recessed. Well, this is another one of those instances where looking at numbers and frequency response graphs and all that jazz is erroneous, and that you have to listen to it with your own ears, because these sound absolutely phenomenal. They're very crisp, they're very clear. They use a 2-driver technology, or a 2-coil technology, I should say. They don't use a 2-driver technology. So the 2-coil technology instead of having two separate drivers, one here that's small and one here that's big, they just use a big outer coil and a small inner coil, and then they kind of double the diaphragm. So this is the diaphragm. So the big coil handles all the low range reproduction, and then the small coil handles the mid to high range reproduction. And they obviously have some sort of impedance wizardry, to best describe it, that crosses this over and gives this response graph. These are excellent everywhere. They're very warm. They're on the warm spectrum. I've tried the three different filters, the treble, the bass, and the reference. And on the T10s, I chose to use the reference, but on these, that second coil adds so much to the low end, so much presence to the low end, that putting the bass filter, or putting the treble filter on, kind of negated the inherent warmth that was a very pleasing sound. Now, putting the bass filter on didn't overly emphasize everything, and it didn't take away from the highs. It just kind of made the bass extend lower and play better, and it was a very pleasing sound. The reference is not a bad filter, but I just, in my preference, wanted the bass filter, and that's one of the benefits of this headphone, is having the ability to change it to your sonic preference. Now, these sell for, when I looked on Amazon, are going for $240 for the T20Is. I think these are well worth the money. The build quality is worth the price tag, and the sound quality is worth the price tag. Now, if you go back and you look at my T10i video and you watch that, you'll see that there's a bit of a discrepancy there. But here, this overall package is very much worth the asking price if it's $240 on Amazon. Just stop watching this video, go to Amazon, and buy these if you're looking for a travel headset. These I used in a plane flight where I had a screaming baby on the left of me and the engine literally 1 foot outside of the window of the plane. And with these in my ear, with a good seal, with a good set of ear tips, and my music on, I could not hear the baby or the engine. And they sounded phenomenal the whole plane flight. They are definitely well worth the money. So these get my recommendation. So I hope this helps with your decision making, hence why you're watching this review probably. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to watch more videos about more reviews that I'll do in the future. Thanks for watching.